You arrive not into a place, but into an absence. The first thing you register is not a sight or a sound, but a void where a sound should be. There is a deep, profound hollowing in the air, a pressure that pushes inward on your eardrums. It is a silence so complete it feels like a physical weight. You feel it in your bones, a stillness that seems to leach the warmth from your own blood. You take a step, and the footfall is swallowed before it can be borne. You are an island in an ocean of nothing. Then you see it. Ahead of you, the air shimmers. It is a current of soft, golden light, and as you draw closer, a sound begins to bleed into the oppressive quiet. It is a low, continuous hum, like 1,000 crystal glasses being played at once. The light and the sound are one and the same. You step into the current, and the relief is immediate, a physical wave washing over you. The pressure on your ears vanishes. The chill recedes. Here, in this river of resonance, you can feel the faint, familiar vibration of your own existence. The silence, you understand, is not merely an absence of noise. It is a presence of its own, a predator. You follow the current of humming light. It flows like a river through a city of impossible architecture. Buildings of dark, polished stone rise into a starless sky, their surfaces carved with intricate channels. Through these channels flow other sounds, the sharp silver chime of falling metallic dust, the deep, resonant thrum of vibrating pillars, the wet, melodic gurgle of what looks like liquid mercury cascading down stairways. The citizens of this place move with a deliberate, cautious grace. They never leave the currents of sound. They step from the golden hum to the silver chimes with the care of one crossing a raging river on loose stones. Their skin is pale, their eyes wide and perpetually listening. They clutch resonant objects, tuning forks that they strike against their palms, small, intricate music boxes they keep perpetually wound, hollow gourds filled with polished stones they shake with every step. They are creating their own small orbits of noise, a constant defense against the silence that pools in every shadow and unclaimed space. You watch one of them, a tall figure in a heavy coat, as he crosses a small, silent courtyard to reach a doorway on the other side. The building he leaves radiates a deep, bass thrum. The one he approaches emits a high, whistling tone. Between them lies a gap of perhaps 20 feet, a patch of that profound, hungry quiet. He takes a deep breath, clutching a brass bell in his hand. He begins to run, shaking the bell frantically, creating a frantic, desperate halo of sound around himself. But he stumbles. The bell flies from his grasp, skittering into the whistling sound field by the door, leaving him isolated in the absolute center of the silent patch. He freezes, and you see them for the first time. They are not born of shadow. They are the shadow itself given form. From the silent stone, things begin to coalesce. They are tall, indistinct, their edges blurring into the quiet like ink bleeding into water. The echo eaters, they do not have faces, only a deeper darkness where a face should be, a void that seems to drink the light. They glide towards the fallen man, who is now scrabbling backward, his mouth open in a scream you cannot hear. As they converge, the man's form begins to lose its definition. His edges waver, becoming translucent. It is not his body they are feeding on. It is his substance, his history. You watch as the memory of his face is consumed, his features smoothing into a blank, featureless canvas. The color of his coat fades to gray, then to a faint, transparent outline. The sound of his frantic scrabbling, his unheard scream, the memory of the bell he once held, all of it is being erased, drawn into the silent maws of the entities surrounding him. In moments, there is nothing left, Not a body, not a ghost, just an empty space in the courtyard. The silence there now deeper, more absolute than before. It has been fed. A cold dread trickles down your spine. Your left hand, you realize, has been dangling just outside the edge of the golden humming current you stand in. You feel a tingling numbness in your fingertips, a strange blankness, as if the memory of touch is being gently lifted from your skin. You snatch it back into the humming light, and feeling floods back, pins and needles of returning sensation. You understand now. The silence does not kill. It unwrites. Your attention is drawn to a woman standing near a wall of resonating glass. She is tapping a complex rhythmic pattern on its surface with a small metal hammer, maintaining her zone of safety. She saw you watch the man's dissolution. Her eyes meet yours, and there is no shock in them, only a weary resignation. She stops her tapping for a single, terrifying beat. In that sliver of quiet, you feel the pressure on your ears return. She lifts her hand, taps her own chest twice with her fingertips, and then points directly at you. A simple, clear warning. The humming current you are standing in begins to flicker. The golden light sputters, the sound wavering like a dying note. The citizens nearby scurry away, seeking more stable resonances. You are forced to move. You leap from the fading hum to a stream of chimes, the cold shock of the momentary silence between them like a plunge into icy water. For a terrifying second in that gap, you felt a hollowness spread through your chest, a phantom sensation of forgetting. You scramble forward, following the pathways of sound, a refugee in a land of predatory quiet. You navigate the city by ear, a street where the wind is forced through thousands of hanging glass tubes creates a symphony of flutes. You follow it until it fades, then leap to a series of pressure plates on the ground that boom like immense drums with every step. You learn the rhythm of survival. You must never stop moving. You must always be creating or occupying a sound. The citizens you pass are a blur of constant, anxious motion, tapping, humming, shaking, striking. Their existence is a frantic, unending performance to keep the audience of silence at bay. You find yourself in a vast circular library. Here, the sound is the gentle, constant rustle of millions of pages turning in a soft, engineered breeze. It is a calming, sibilant whisper, a sea of paper sound. You pause here in the relative safety of the library's center to catch your breath. The oppressive fear begins to recede, replaced by a chilling curiosity. You try to anchor yourself with a memory from before. Your home, a face of someone you loved, a favorite song. You reach for it, and your mind finds nothing. It is not that the memory is fuzzy. It is gone. There is a smooth, clean, empty space in your mind where it should be. A perfect void. You try to recall your own name. The intention is there, the shape of the question, but the answer has been scooped out, leaving a hollow echo. The silence you passed through, those brief, terrifying gaps between the sound currents. It took its toll. It has been feeding on you in pieces. You are being unwritten, one forgotten memory at a time. The numbness in your hand was not just a physical sensation. It was an erasure. A wave of panic, cold and sharp, cuts through you. You look at your hands. Are they yours? How can you be sure? You have no memory of them. You are a collection of present sensations with a past that has been neatly, surgically removed. The woman's warning comes back to you, her hand tapping her own chest, then pointing to you. You focus inward. You try to feel the beat of your own heart. You place a hand over your chest, under your shirt, pressing hard against your ribs. You feel the bone, the muscle, but beneath it, there is no thrum, no rhythmic pump, no vibration of life. There is only a profound internal stillness, a perfect localized silence radiating from your very core. The rustling of the library's pages begins to slow. The gentle breeze is dying. The whispers fade one by one until only a few lone pages flap in the dying current. The vast circular room is falling quiet. The shadows in the corners of the immense bookshelves deepen, seeming to stretch and writhe. The echo eaters are drawn to the growing silence. They are beginning to manifest. You must make a sound, any sound. The citizens you saw all had their tools, their instruments. You have nothing, but you have a voice. You have breath. You open your mouth. You gather the air in your lungs. You shape your lips to let out a yell, a scream, a desperate cry for existence. You push, and nothing happens. No air escapes. No vibration forms in your throat. No sound is born. Your scream is utterly, completely silent. It dies in your lungs, a stillborn ghost of a noise. You try again, a frantic, futile effort, your face contorting with the strain. You are a silent movie of terror. The final pages of the library settle. The room is now utterly, perfectly quiet, except it is not. The silence is not around you anymore. It is you. This is the revelation, the truth that settles with the dust in the silent air. The woman in the street was not warning you of the silence. She was warning the others about you, your stillness, your lack of a resonant core. You do not have a heartbeat. You do not have a voice. You are a vessel of the very thing they fear. The citizens of this place must constantly fight to create sound, to fill the void. But you carry the void inside you. You are a walking, breathing patch of the predator's own domain. You are not their prey. You are their beacon. The echo eaters turn their faceless voids toward you. They glide from between the shelves, their forms solidifying in the perfect quiet you provide. They are not hungry, not aggressive. They move with a sense of homecoming. They drift closer, drawn to the silent gravity of your heart, to the soundless scream trapped behind your teeth. They are coming to reclaim the piece of their world that has learned to walk. And in that final moment, you remember the very first sensation of your arrival, that hollowing pressure, that inward push on your eardrums, that feeling of a void where a sound should be. You thought it was the nature of the world you had entered. You were wrong. It was you. It was the sound of your own silent heart echoing into reality for the first time. You were the stone dropped into the still pond, and the ripples of your quiet have finally called the keepers of this place to you. The silence was never waiting for you in the shadows. You brought it with you, and now it has come to welcome you home.